What's going on, guys? It is your boy TKD123 here, back again here on PlayStation Source. This is, of course, Save Slot Podcast, the weekly news show about any and all things PS5, PlayStation games, and PlayStation itself. With me, of course, my luxurious co-host, the Arachnid. How are you doing, good sir?
Doing well. How are you?
Doing good. Doing good. Had a little bit of headache. I had a weird headache this week that lasted like 3 days.
Oh yeah,
but yeah, it was really weird. This is the first morning where I felt completely fine. So
that's good.
Yeah, so we on the road to recovery. You know what I'm saying? We on the road to recovery. But of course, well, I mean, how are you? I was about to go into the rigmarole, but you know, let me ask, how are you?
Nah,
you know what I'm saying?
I'm doing well.
Doing good.
Well.
Okay.
Chilling.
Okay. I feel that. You had a good St. Patty's Day? Yo, I have a story about St. Patty's Day, but did you have a good St. Patty's Day?
I honestly forgot it was St. Patty's Day until like 11 o'clock. It's like, oh, that's cool, and then just went about my day.
Same. Yeah. Also, before I get into my little story, I hear that those that celebrate St. Patrick's Day, if you will, don't like it being referred to as St. Patty's Day. Apparently, that's a big deal. Allegedly, you know.
How do I say this? Respectfully, I don't care.
It's kind of like how you know what? I don't know if it's exactly like it, but I imagine it's similar to how, you know, some people don't like when you say, oh, like when it's written like Xmas instead of Christmas, you know?
Dog, like it's just that people call a holiday. I don't care.
Yeah, where like I do not care if I see Xmas written somewhere. Yeah, like that doesn't bother me at all, you know. But how I knew it was St. Patrick's Day on Wednesday was that your boy was jogging. Okay, he was on like 1.8 mile, about to cross over that 2 mile thing, you know, bussing, right, sweating, doing my thing. I jogged past this bar. By the way, crowded bar for St. Patrick's Day, crowded as hell in where I'm at in Arizona, right? So I'm jogging, doing my thing, and then the hostess like stops me. She has a tray of like a bunch of different like green shots. I have like both headphones in, Arachnid, like full on jog going on, right? Like I'm clearly in my zone. She stops me and it's like, hey, would you like a shot? And I'm like, wait, what?
Man,
why would you offer someone who's out here jogging a shot? I appreciate it, you know, but like if I was walking, sure, that's an appropriate time to stop me, but not when I'm like full on workout, you know.
Yeah,
thought that was odd.
I would never. There are a few things I would never do while working out. That is one of them.
Yeah, no, I'm not gonna take a tequila shot mid. No, that's not happening.
Yeah, no. I feel like the rest of the workout would be hell.
That's what I'm saying. Like, obviously, I know, you know, I ain't no lightweight. I'm not gonna get any type of tipsy or drunk off of one shot. But I just don't want to mix that with all the water that's, you know, in my you know, system right now.
Well, yeah,
it's
it's also just because like running, I don't know. I'm not going too into it. Like running is like you're out of breath and you don't want to be like out of breath and then take a shot and then go back to running. It just sounds like a bad time. Well,
yeah.
It was nice of her to offer at least.
Yeah. Like I did definitely appreciate the offer, and if I was walking, you know, and not working out, perhaps I might have taken it. Who knows? You know, it was a green colored tequila shot. I assumed it was like color dye or whatever. Yeah. You know, but besides all that, this is Save Slot Podcast. You can catch the show on youtube.com/PlayStation Source, as well as podcast services like Apple Podcasts, Google Play, Spotify, etc. via our anchor link in the description. If you like the podcast, you can of course like the video and or rate the podcast to help us get seen by more viewers so we can grow the PSS family. Yes, rate us on Apple Podcasts, rate us on Spotify. Let's see what we got going on. Arachnid, is this the week? Is this the week that we get a rating? Is this the week?
I'm not feeling it in the air.
Let's just move on because we did not get Apple Podcast ratings. I implore you also to check on Spotify if you can. But down below, of course, you can let us know what you like or dislike about the show and connect with us further on Twitter and Discord in the description. If you're feeling a little bit more generous, feel free to hit that join button to become a member of the channel with the $1 Prince tier and our $5 King tier members as well. And of course, you can check out stream series throughout the week if you missed them on the playlist section on YouTube for, of course, Ratchet & Clank and Metal Gear Solid, which one of those games will forever be done because it is done. You know what I'm saying? But in case you missed it on the channel, right, let's just kind of just go over those first. Crash 4 PS4 to PS5 comparison video was uploaded on Monday. Check out that. Pretty good update overall, let's say generally speaking. I did a review on a Nexigo webcam, 1080p for streaming. It has a ring light on it, pretty neat, low price overall. Not the best webcam, to be completely honest with you guys, but it is a low cost value, and I think that the value proposition there is at least good enough to perhaps suffice a purchase for this. And just in case you are aware, I was provided this product for review by Nexigo. So just in case you want to know that little tidbit before you go in, there you go. We got some new Returnal story details as well, which we aren't gonna, I think, bring up at all this show, but definitely check out that video if you are feeling so inclined to. As well as in terms of stream series, we did finish Ratchet & Clank 2016. The last episode is up on the playlist, definitely check that out. And we started Metal Gear Solid 3 Snake Eater, which I will definitely give my thoughts on in a little bit. But also, if you want some more of your boy talking on the podcast, you can of course check out this week's PlayStation Trophy Room. Yes, I did join the boys over there. I was a guest on their podcast, PlayStation Trophy Room. I'm gonna link it down below in the description. It was a great conversation, a great time, you know, had a lot of fun with them boys. So definitely check out that Trophy Room podcast episode and just Trophy Room in general. Definitely check out Trophy Room. Very, very, very good podcast over there as well. But I've been talking for too long. Iraq Knight, what have you been playing?
A lot of Persona 4 Golden.
I saw that, bro. I saw that. You know what I'm saying? There was a song that was stuck in my head this week. They're like,
yeah, that's the like the hub world.
Fire as beat.
Yeah.
Fire as song. But please go ahead.
I started about like last week when we talked about it. I was very early on last week. I have 45 hours on Steam.
What the fuck, bro? How, Sway?
I have been playing a lot of Persona 4 Golden. So I was working out on Monday, and I was doing some squats, you know, getting strong,
getting that ass,
and I was squatting like 50, and I hurt my back a little bit. Not bad, just my lower back was kind of hurting a little bit by the end of the workout. And the next day I carried on. So it's like I should probably take a few days from the gym. And
understandable.
I didn't on Tuesday. I was like, maybe it's just today and I'm just being a bitch about it. So I did it. I worked out on Tuesday, and then Wednesday it was worse. It's like, all right, I'm an idiot. I'm going to take the next few days off. So I had a bunch of free time. It's spring break for me. Spring break in the loosest terms because it's just the same thing as every other day except no homework. And I was like, okay, I got nothing to do. I'm just gonna play some Persona. Like, I got super into it, and I started playing and playing and playing, and then eventually I started around like 1 p.m. on like Wednesday just playing. And then the next thing I know, it's like 10 p.m. Like, I was just in that zone.
Damn.
And I was like, okay, I guess I'm really into this game.
Hell yeah, bro. Hell yeah. So, like, kind of walk me through, like, what exactly grabbed you and compelled you to play an extra 40 plus hours of Persona 4 Golden?
The characters, the story is very, very interesting. Like, I really like the cast. The soundtrack, like we just talked about a minute ago, is like it's hit after hit. Like it's everything about the game is super interesting to talk about and to read about, to know more about the world. Like I played Persona 5, I played Royal, I played Strikers, and I enjoyed them all. Like I loved them all, but I had never played any other Persona game, so it's like I should change that. So I bought Persona 4 Golden on my birthday earlier in the month, and I got done with Dragon Age, so I was like, why not? I'll play some Persona. And in my first few hours, like, I thought, I was like, yeah, okay, I'm just gonna, like, meeting everybody is like, I think I like the Persona 5 cast better. But as I kept playing and playing, I got more invested with the characters and how everything works and how it's different from Persona 5 in a lot of different aspects. And I ended up loving the game as much as I love Persona 5. Like, honestly, if not more. Like,
damn.
Like, I love this game. It is... So far in the year, it has been... I think it's my favorite game of the year so far. Obviously, it's an older game, so it's not my game of the year. But so far, it is my favorite game of the year. Not counting like new releases and all that. It's very, very fun. I have a PlayStation 2, right? Like, so I followed you in your footsteps, and
oh shit,
and I bought Persona 3.
Oh shit, let's go. Yeah, bro. Did you get the HDMI converter?
Yeah, I already had one because I played on an N64, so I had something similar to it.
Did the N64 have like the component cables? Like,
yeah.
Is that what you're doing? So component to HDMI, yeah. I got one that used a like proprietary like PS2, that like weird port.
Yeah.
That goes into the PS2 and then it splinters out to component cables, which odd. I got one of that. I got the proprietary port to HDMI, so that's how mine works.
Yeah. So as soon as I'm done with like the day I'm done with Persona 4, depending on the time, like if I get done at 3 in the morning, like obviously not, but at the earliest possible time after I'm done with Persona 4, I will be jumping straight into Persona 3.
Hell yeah. Like, a little Persona boy over here. Okay.
Yeah, no, it's super, super fun. I'm really, really enjoying it. And like I'm not a huge fan of turn-based. So
yeah.
So the fact that I'm like this into it like shows just how quality the writing is and how everything else in the game is. Like it's a lot of fun. I also like. Oh, sorry. You go.
No. Please go ahead.
No, I was gonna go on to the next game, but if you got something to say about Persona, I'd love to hear it.
Yeah, just really quick. Like last week, I was like, "Oh yeah, bro, I'll play with you this week." I did not. I played Persona 4, but my Vita just chills at my bedside. Okay, you know what I'm saying. So I gotta really just grab that thing and pick up again because I know where I left off.
Yeah, you're really early.
Yeah, I know I'm really early, but I still have like 10 hours in the game already, you know?
Yeah.
Which I know this is like a 70, 80 hour game, right?
That's like where you're at is early May. And I was right with you last time we talked. I'm in December.
Shit.
I'm in December.
Do you have a gauge on how far along in the game you are, like percentage wise or like hours wise? Like, do you have any gauge of that?
Like pure gameplay, because that 45 hours is a little inflated because I closed the game one night and it said it crashed, and the crash, like the notifications like, oh, your game crashed, counted as you being in game.
Oh, okay, I see.
But like pure gameplay wise, it's about 35 hours in.
Right.
So
okay.
So I've got 3 months left on the in-game clock.
Yeah, it's like I totally liked what I played back in like December, right? It was just like, man, like I just know this is gonna be a long time commitment. I just need to just set aside a few hours a week, you know, nothing too crazy, you know, but it's just hard like juggling Metal Gear Solid.
Oh yeah,
and
no,
then now
I
we're
totally
gonna start Resistant. Yeah, and then I'm in the middle of Final Fantasy 15. We got Outriders coming up soon. Returnal's next. So like, yeah. So I definitely try to play a lot, and it's hard to dedicate myself to one game for like super long. But I'm gonna try.
I do have some thoughts on Outriders.
Some reinvested thought. Yeah, I mean, this is your section, so please go off. I know you got to talk about the Doom DLC as well.
That was the next topic I was going to talk about.
So, King, go off, King. I'm going to give you the floor.
That Doom DLC hits so hard. Like, it's so cool. Like, you remember Endgame?
No, I've never heard of it.
Oh, yeah. Sorry. Like, remember the portal scene?
Oh, absolutely.
You're gonna get some a little like that in Doom Eternal.
Get the fuck out. I'm gonna tell my kids that the portal scene was a real thing that happened.
Yeah.
I'm gonna tell them that the blip really happened. Like as far as I'm aware, that was a real thing that happened in 2019. I don't care.
Dude. Did you so quick side tangent. Did you ever go to the website as like did you die to Thanos? Like, did you get snapped?
I never did. Let me do it right now live. Blip, was it like blip generator or something?
No, it was like did you get snapped?
Oh, okay. Did you?
I got snapped.
Let's do it live.
Like first one is the one that happens to you.
Is it? Did Thanos kill me?
Yeah.
You were spared by Thanos. Fuck.
Yeah, no, I got snapped. You would have had to live without me for 5 years.
I would have, dude. I'm not trying to live. No, I mean, we just saw Falcon Winter Soldier this week. They were saying, listen, you did not want to live in those 5 years. Like shit was crazy. So no, I would gladly not want to live in those 5 years.
Yeah, I got giga snapped.
Hey, I just refreshed and I was slain.
Sorry.
So
it's that first one. It does.
Yeah, it's this first one. God damn, I don't want to be spared, man. You can stab me, it's fine. It's alright.
No, but it's the Doom DLC is very, very fun. It's intense. Like,
oh man,
the Slayer gates from the base campaign, I'd say are an easier version of just the normal fights.
Huh.
Because one fight in particular that I remember, like, you fight 2 buffed marauders while juggling everything else.
Wow. Yeah, I'm really eager to get to the DLC. I'm gonna wait for it. I'm gonna wait for the PS5 version of Doom Eternal. Now with the acquisition in set, not sure when or if they ever give an update to that. It sounds like they would still put it out, given that they're gonna, still oblige the what am I saying? The 2 games, Ghostwire Tokyo and Deathloop PS5 exclusivity contracts, and they're gonna support other games that are already on PS5 and everything and PlayStation hardware. So I'm still expecting that Doom Eternal PS5 version, and that's what I want to wait for mainly.
Yeah, I'm sure it'll come, but
for sure, I hope.
What was it? It's Ancient Gods Part 1. I feel is harder.
Really?
Yes.
Interesting. Okay. Huh.
So, I haven't done Part 2 on Ultra Nightmare yet.
Okay.
I have done every other campaign with Ultra Nightmare in Doom thus far, however. So
I see.
With that in mind, I'd say the hardest one is the Super Gorness Master level. If you end up doing the Master levels, good fucking luck, my man. Because I'd like to think I'm good at Doom. I'd like to think so.
I would say you're good at Doom.
I am. Yeah, that Super Gorness Master level kicked my ass.
Damn.
Like,
damn. I'm really excited to get into that. Just that fact, because it just feels fast-paced, frenetic. It feels like you have so much control in Doom Eternal. Like, it feels so satisfying to play, man. Doom Eternal is a fantastic game. You know, people were saying that they were like questioning why it was on GOTY, and like when you look at the competition on GOTY last year, I could see why. If you never played Doom Eternal, like you could see that. You know, I always vouch for it, man. Doom Eternal is such a well crafted first person shooter. It's fucking great, man.
Yeah, if I could only pick one game to replay over, like one game for the rest of my life, Doom Eternal is not my favorite game in the world. Like, I love it. It's definitely up there, but it's not my favorite game.
Right.
But there is just something like, it's like a game of chess. It always starts somewhat similarly, but once the game gets moving, every fight plays out differently. And that's something I love. Doom has really shaped the way that I look at games that I enjoy, like in that category, like first person shooters.
Right.
Like it has changed fundamentally how I play first person shooters and what I look for in first person shooters. Because I was playing Destiny with a friend a few months ago.
Thank you for bringing up Destiny. Christian Buckley on Gamescast this week wanted me to ask you if you like Destiny, so please answer.
I did like Destiny.
Perfect. Okay, cool.
So I was playing Destiny, and I was streaming the game for a few friends but that couldn't play with us, and playing with a friend that could. And I got the comment. It's like, you weapon switch a lot. Like, if I have to reload, I'll switch. And I was like, that's just how I play Doom.
Yeah, that makes sense.
So it's like, in any game, like in just about any first-person shooter, and even third-person shooter, I'll weapon switch all the fucking time. Like, I played Borderlands. I'm trying again to like it.
I've never been so happy. I've never been so proud of you, Arachnite. I've never been so proud. Borderlands 3?
I'm playing Borderlands 2 with a friend from work.
That's a good option. Yeah, like I like Borderlands 3. I still love Borderlands 2. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. But Borderlands 3 is great. But go ahead.
I have been playing some Borderlands. I don't love it.
That's okay.
The most fun I'm having with Borderlands is I've honestly just turned off all dialogue. Like, I hate them all. Shut up. Like, they're all annoying. I don't care. And
I like some characters, but I can understand your viewpoint.
I've turned off the dialogue. I've turned down. I don't like the music in the game. So,
bro. Okay,
no, but
there.
let me finish. So I'll have the Discord volume like at a good volume, and I'll turn on Doom Beats to Rip and Tear to.
Okay.
And I'm running around solely with a double barrel. And I'm just tearing them apart.
You ripping and tearing in Borderlands 2? You trying to get these vault keys? Damn, bro.
And it has been the only reason I'm having fun with the game.
Wow.
It's just pretending it's a Doom game.
I hear ya.
It's just, I don't know. I tried to love it. I can't. So I gotta make sure it's like Diet Doom as much as possible.
It's all good.
I tried for you.
Hey, it's the thought that counts, bro. It's the thought that counts. You know what I'm saying? Any other games you've been playing this week?
After telling you my Persona 4 time, no.
I bet. I've been playing a few new things. Mostly we're still par for the course on Final Fantasy 15. I did hit a point. So I just hit chapter 9, and there's 14 chapters in the game. and I'm only like 12 hours in, so I don't know if like I'm just really critical pathing it right now, but the leveling seems to be completely acceptable for just like critical pathing the game. I'm not sure like it was like, I'm not sure if it was designed that way just so that, you know, if you want a critical path, you can very easily and play it like a linear experience and not do too much open world stuff. I'm not sure if the game just has a scaling system. I haven't really been paying attention to that per se. But it seems like I'm gonna wrap this up like pretty quickly, dude. Like, there's only 14 chapters and I'm on chapter 9, and I seem to have reached a point where the game is like, hey, you know, every main mission here on out is gonna be in this location, you know, so you can go back to the open world if you want using this fucking dog, or yeah, and you know, after this you'll go back to the open world, you know, but the focus is over here. So it seems to be kind of like a straight shoot to the end of the game, seemingly.
Yeah. You're not missing out. The side missions are pretty terrible.
Yeah, like, I mean, I do like the concept of like the hunts. Like, I think the hunts are pretty cool. I like how, you know, some of these side stuff will kind of just manifest very naturally, where like Ignis will be like, hey, yo, we know we should check this out. Like, it was Gladios. I know I say his name wrong. It's like Gladiolos or whatever the fuck it is. Like, there's an extra L somewhere. I don't know. Glady, my boy Glady, right? He was like, bro, you know, we've been cooking all this fine food and stuff, and like, I love ramen, right? So what if we got the best meat and put it in the ramen, you know? So we hunted this like behemoth type thing, got its meat, and then pause, and then we made a ramen with it, you know? So like, I don't know, I like those type of side missions, but I feel you on like, they're not really that intriguing, a lot of the side stuff for sure. But I do like the hunts though. I think the hunts that you find in different like restaurants or whatever, when you can talk to them, eat, or you can find a hunt nearby, I think those are pretty cool. But yeah, no, like, I'm still definitely enjoying the story, of course, you know. I love how the second region you visit, I guess light spoilers if you're playing Final Fantasy 15 and don't want to know too much about it, I just got to Altissia, which is essentially like Italy, right? And dude, that region looks beautiful. Like, it's a good looking game, man. It holds up. I think this game came out, what, in 2015?
A little later, 2016.
2016. I think it still holds up pretty well on PS5. You know, you can tell it's a last gen game for sure. Some things don't look great, right? I think they definitely paid attention to the character models of the homies, you know what I'm saying? Like they look really high res and like really well done and everything. But some of the regions look great in Final Fantasy 15, so still enjoying it, not spending too much time in it as much as I want to, but we should be wrapping it up here pretty soon, so very excited to see how FF15 ends and all that great stuff. Ratchet & Clank 2016, we did finish the game. I gotta tell you, Arachnite, the first half of this game, not that great, but the second half though, once you get into the rhythm of everything, it is very fun. You know, aside from it being like a poor remake of the original game, I still think that Ratchet & Clank 2016 as a tie-in movie game is a great game, you know, and gameplay wise by itself, it's amongst the best in the series for sure. So overall, Ratchet & Clank ended good. That means the Ratchet & Clank stream series is over. You know what I'm saying? I've been playing the Ratchet game on stream, Arachnite, every week since like November. That's wild. That's wild. You know, so it's an end of an era. I'm gonna miss those games, but we got Rift Apart coming pretty soon in June, so very excited for that. And Road to Rift Apart. Be on the lookout for that. Be on the lookout for that. I did start Metal Gear Solid 3. Have you played Metal Gear Solid 3?
I have.
Okay, so where I was told to end stream for episode 1 was after the title scene and the song that plays, right?
Yeah.
That song
Snake
is a
Eater.
motherfucking banger.
Snake
Yes.
Eater is very, very solid.
It is elite. Like, I didn't know they were gonna hit me with that, you know. But so far, a lot different than other MGS games, but kind of the same. You know, it like feels familiar, but definitely different. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I think I'm honestly so early in the game that I don't think I can really even make an opinion on it so far. But interesting setup. You know, there's a lot of questions I have, which of course I don't want anyone to answer in the comment section or Arachnite to answer because this is my first time playing the game. I don't know why they're calling Snake Jack, right? I don't know. You know, I'm not sure if this is even. I mean, this can't be our true Snake because it's taking place in the 60s, right? So I have questions about that. Didn't know that there was this other character called The Boss who is a female, which is pretty cool, you know.
Yeah, Metal Gear gets fucking weird.
yeah, like that's what I was telling the guys. It's like, and by telling the guys, I mean, of course, being a part of Long Play Club on Joyclicks. Check that out. We're going through the entire Metal Gear series. So where I'm at and where I will leave off MGS3, right, is like, look, Metal Gear Solid 2 completely changed the way I look at Metal Gear Solid, okay? I'm no longer gonna expect things. I'm no longer gonna like really say for sure, oh, I think this is happening or that's happening, or even that's who I think it is, you know?
Right.
It's just, I'm just gonna be on for the ride, you know, and we'll see what happens. So I'm very excited for MGS3. Once again, if you want to tune into those Metal Gear Solid streams, those are on Wednesday nights. Metal Gear Solid Wednesday streams. Get hyped for that. Arachnite. So me and my little bro, right? Me and my little brother and my friend, well, not my friend, my cousin. I don't know why I called him friend. What the fuck? My cousin and my little brother, right? I got them finally into Rogue Company. You know what I'm saying? I know you were saying, you know, you don't love the game. You think it's too easy, yada. But I got them hooked on Rogue Company. We've been playing, clicking some heads. You know what I'm saying? It's been a fun time. And I just gotta say, look, Rogue Company, underrated. That's all I'm saying.
That's all you're
underrated. It's underrated. I said it last year. I'll reiterate it again. It is the best multiplayer experience I had last year. For sure. 100%.
The bar is low.
Man. I'm serious, bro. Rogue Company's a fucking great game, bro. It's a fucking great game. I swear to God, it's so fucking good, man. Fucking free to play across multiple platforms. Runs like butter. You know, I'm still waiting on that PS5 patch. There was an Xbox Series X patch like 2 months ago. Where's that PS5 patch, Arachnite? You know, I'm not sure. I'm not sure, but I would like to see it at some point in the future. But even beyond that, the game still looks great on the PS5. So I implore everyone, hey, if you want a free-to-play game, you're tired of skill-based matchmaking on Call of Duty, you're tired of, you know, them kicking you out of lobbies where you can't build a little, you know, camaraderie type of competition there, try out Rogue Company. It's a great game. Don't listen to Arachnite. He's wrong.
I've never been wrong. It's wrong. It's almost wrong. Impressive. It's amazing how often I'm not wrong.
Guys, just don't listen to him about Rogue Company, okay? Listen to your boy. Come on, man. Come on, man. Come on, man. Lastly here, you can talk all the slander you want about this game because I understand it fully, okay? I did dip my toes into Marvel Avengers PS5 version, okay? I don't have a lot to say on it. I will say, from PS4 to PS5, I think is one of the most impressive upgrades we've seen so far. And Arachnite, I mean that. For real. Dude, have you been seeing the loading time comparisons?
Well, anything's better than the base game. Like,
no, I mean, like, bro, it is like, bro, Avengers on PS4 would take like I swear these aren't exaggerated numbers, like a minute to load into a mission. On PS5, it's taking just over 4 seconds. Like, it is really fantastic, you know. Like, yeah, I'm definitely enjoying it a lot more than what I played at launch. I have dedicated myself to wanting to play through the story DLC that they put into the game. So Kate Bishop and Hawkeye, you know what I'm saying? We got news of that Black Panther thing as well, which we'll talk about later on in the show. But overall, Marvel Avengers, definitely not perfect. I'm not sitting here about to say that I like the game, right? But I am going to play through the DLC at some point in the future and check it out fully, you know, because it's a good update, you know.
I'm glad you're enjoying it. I'm glad, but if I can be just a little bit toxic.
Oh please, sir, please.
Like, I get I know this is wrong. I know it's wrong.
Okay.
And not objectively wrong, but wrong in a moral aspect. I have been loving seeing the slander for Marvel's Avengers, and I love the Avengers. I think they're a great team in the comics. I enjoy all their characters individually, but seeing this game kind of flop has put like an evil smile on my face.
Jesus Christ!
Like, I've been enjoying seeing it flop, and for the sole reason that they killed Deus Ex for this game. So it's kind of like when you warn someone, it's like, oh, it's not really the right call, like you're making a stupid decision, and then they immediately regret it. It's like, I told you so. It's kind of like that. But I've been in, like, it has put an evil smile on my face seeing this game fucking flop.
You're like Thanos, like, that put a smile on my face.
Yeah, no, it is. I know it's morally wrong. Like, it's not the way you're supposed to react to a game not doing super well. Fuck you. You fucking killed Deus Ex for that. You killed Deus Ex for this C- tier game. Are you kidding me?
Yo, listen, man. Hey, man. Look, I know there's a lot of Avengers, you know, not stands in like a really negative way, but just they actively will like this game in our community. Yeah, you know, aka Christian, aka Jack Martin. You know what I'm saying?
Okay, like, both of them are amazing guys. Nothing but respect for both of them. They're both people I look towards, and people I love talking to. But we can't be right all the time.
Damn.
And that's okay. You're allowed to like this bargain bin Walmart $5 game.
Here's what I'm gonna say, man. Look, to end this off, listen, man. Look, about a week ago, I would have been probably more closely aligned to your thoughts, right?
It's okay.
In spite of me enjoying the story, which I will defend that game's story, that game's solo campaign is a great campaign. It's not amazing. It's not spectacular. I thought it was a very, very good campaign. Okay. Honestly, man, I'm not saying neither here or there. I'm just gonna play through the DLC and I'll report back. You know, I don't know when I'll get to that DLC, but I'm gonna let you know, because I don't think I'll ever get super deep into the multiplayer side of Avengers, but if I can come back every few months and play a really cool, truncated DLC story, I'm cool with that being my experience with Avengers, So, we'll see.
I have a quick question live on the show.
Yes, please.
Okay. So, Steam is having a huge sale on every Final Fantasy game.
That's hot.
Do I buy Final Fantasies 3 through 13?
How much?
For all of them, because I already own 7 Classic.
Right.
And I already own 15. It'll cost me $99 for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 games. So that's about an average of like, what is that, like 11, like $10, $11 per game. Honestly, not a bad deal for 9 games.
It's really not. You know, if you got your stimmy, just say it's from your stimmy.
That stimmy is like, I was looking at a Buster Sword like a few days ago.
Bro, I want a Buster Sword so fucking bad, Arachne, I swear to God. Like, I know that's like, you know, like, I don't know how a female would react if they saw a mounted Buster Sword on my wall in my apartment, right?
I've got the Crucible from Doom on my wall. So,
but, like, there's a certain point where, like, the Buster Sword, I would put it on my wall. I don't give a fuck.
I don't care.
Like, I'm sorry.
If she doesn't like it, then she's not the one.
It's true. Can you imagine if baby girl walked in, right, and automatically point out, oh my god, you have a Buster Sword with like the
materia.
Trying to name like a materia in it. Yeah, and she started naming off the fucking materia, bro.
That's the one.
100%. You know what? That's a great gauge actually of the one.
Like,
you're right.
Okay, like true neutral, like a good neutral, is like, oh, the sword's on your wall. That's cool. Okay, that's a true neutral. Like a lawful good is, oh, that's the Buster Sword with the materia, and they like kind of get like a little excited about it. It's like, that's really cool. It's like that's the best case. The worst case scenario is, why do you have that weeb sword on your wall?
Yeah,
it's like, get out.
Yeah. Which, like,
ma'am.
Yeah, like, huh? That's a very delicate thing to put on the wall for sure. You know, it's definitely a choice, but honestly, a choice I kind of want to do. You know, I just want to get fit, bro, and just do a soldier outfit for Halloween one day with a fucking Buster Sword. I want to do it so bad, bro.
Then do it.
You know, you right. I'm gonna do it. You right.
You want it? Go get it.
Absolutely. I'm gonna do the hair and shit.
I also I doubled down. I now own every Final Fantasy game.
Congratulations. It is 42 minutes into the show, and we're not even on the Ragnarok PS5 watch.
Here, I'll tell you. It didn't happen. Moving on.
We came so close with Best Buy. I came incredibly close with Best Buy. Like, it was very sad.
I'm sorry.
And here's what I'm going to do, Ragnarok. The week I do get it, I'm not going to tell you immediately. I'm going to tell you live on the show.
Oh.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, but I got to send you the money for that.
Yeah, but that can be done afterwards. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's fine. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, but I just fear that one day we're both trying to get a PS5, and then you get it and then I get it, but I don't tell you that I got it for you because I'm trying to surprise you on the show. But then you're like, Kev, I got a PS5, and then it's like, fuck, you know.
I gotta go cancel that order real quick.
Yeah. I hope that doesn't happen, but we'll see. But little sales figures here in the Arachne PS5 watch I did want to point out there. Screen Rant is reporting that as of March 2021, the PS5 has surpassed 6 million sales worldwide, which is a very cool milestone in spite of course, you know, manufacturing issues. But a big majority of people not being able to go into stores to get a PS5 directly and all that, you know, fun, horrible stuff there as well. So pretty cool right there, in spite of all the scalpers, in spite of you know, it being fucking impossible to get a PS5, that they've crossed over that 6 million mark. So pretty cool to see right there.
Very cool.
So yeah, not a ton to say there, you know, but yeah, just sounds pretty cool. I want to see if they have, let me see. Okay, so I want to see what the PS4 sold during this time, but I'm hoping that this article says something like that, but I don't think it will. So you know what, we're just gonna move on. It sold more, I mean, I do know it's more than the PS4 during this time, so that is pretty much it. Now going into episode 9, we got some news topics here, some big, some small, but we'll kind of just do a nice little pace through them. This one's pretty quick here. Bloodborne executive does leave Sony for good. This comes to us from Push Square, written by Sammy Barker. Link below in the description. Quote, it's no surprise anymore given the effective closure of Japan studio, but external production director and executive producer Masima Yamamoto has left Sony after 25 years with the company. The veteran has worked on titles like Bloodborne, Soul Sacrifice, Freedom Wars. Freedom Wars is a great Vita game, by the way. Tokyo Jungle, and more. He wrote on Twitter this, and I quote, As a game creator, my job at a first party was full of happiness. In the future, I'll be able to make games on any platform with a strange feeling. So, yeah, he's officially left Sony after 25 years. Honestly, I would consider this a pretty bad thing to happen. Like, as we kind of, move away from the initial announcement of Japan Studio being kind of centered on Team Asobi now to make Astro games, and like everything else they were doing is kind of just not happening anymore, and just all that whole shift in Japan Studio, it is pretty unfortunate.
Yeah.
Like, and this is definitely one of those things where it's like, I am so shocked that Sony would let the executive producer of one of the biggest games on PS4, Bloodborne, to just fucking leave Sony. You know what I'm saying?
I mean, they can't hold him at gunpoint. It's like, you're not going anywhere, fucker.
No, I mean, yeah, but like, you can,
incentivize.
Incentivize it. Hey, we're gonna, I wish they had, hey, listen, Team Asobi, do your thing. Whatever team did Bloodborne, you're staying too. Because Bloodborne's a big deal. Or, however, like, there like could have been ways to keep this producer around, but I think it's pretty unfortunate, but I don't know. What do you think? Even as someone that has not really connected with Bloodborne, we'll see in October of this year what the hell happens there. But as a Bloodborne fan, you got any parting thoughts about this?
A thing is not beautiful because it lasts. I don't know. It's like what is that Vision quote?
Yeah. Oh man, I forgot.
But
have you heard of the ship of Theseus?
I like when there are very few times where when a certain developer leaves, like, I'm like worried. Like, I do, like, there is a quality that Sony is held towards and known for that I'm confident about. And as unfortunate as it may be, like, I do understand that these are individuals with individual lives. And they obviously, well, I assume and hope that they make the decision that's best suited towards them and the life they want to lead. So, I have no issues. I wish them the best. Like, thanks for everything. But,
And, I mean, at least on a positive note, right? Given that Sony, for whatever reason, never did a PS4 Pro patch for Bloodborne, and there's seemingly no PS5 Bloodborne anything in sight, right? Never talked about a sequel. At least there's a little bit of hope that, hey, this producer, left Sony now, right? So, in theory, he could make a spiritual successor to Bloodborne.
Yeah, absolutely.
On his own. Yeah, so like at least that's a little bit of a silver lining where it's probably more likely that another Bloodborne-esque game gets made by him in the future now that he's on his own, but we'll see.
We'll see.
I know he can't make Bloodborne 2. Bloodborne is an IP owned by PlayStation, right? So like it won't be called Bloodborne 2, but spiritual successor, I think it could be done,
Yeah, absolutely.
So we will see. Moving on here, this one I just thought was really interesting. This next story comes to us here from Push Square once again. Sammy Barker wrote this article as well. There's been some statistics let out about Ghost of Tsushima. Of course, me and you did the I thought very, very popular Road to Ghost series.
Yeah, agreed.
I miss that series. I miss Road to Ghost, you know what I'm saying? But Road to Ghost of Tsushima, there was some stats let out over at Ungeek, and they noted that a whopping 50.2% of players have unlocked Mono no Aware trophy in Sucker Punch's historical sandbox game, which is awarded when you beat the main storyline. So in essence, over half of the people that have played this game have beaten the game, which is a pretty high rate of completion. The only one that beats it on PS4 is Spider-Man at 50.8%. But of course, that's a much shorter game than Ghost of Tsushima. And then there are others on the list, like, you know, Watch Dogs 2, Red Dead 2 as well is up there in the top 10 for like open world games on PlayStation that have trophy support, all that great stuff, right? So overall, like, I just think like this is really interesting. Like, I love this data. I love when we get data like this, because like I just think it's really interesting that, you know, we have I mean, number one, a brand new IP. Right. A brand new IP, end of the generation. A lot of people took the time to buy this game and play through the game incomplete, which I'd say took probably, I think it took me like 35, 40 hours, I think, something like that. You know?
Yeah, but we also went for the platinum.
I did go for the platinum. The platinum took me like 55 hours. Yeah, just to beat the story, like, on stream, I think it was like 35 hours or something like that, you know? Yeah. So, I mean, like, I just think it's pretty impressive that this game almost has a similar rate as Spider-Man, which is a much shorter game. It's fucking Spider-Man, so of course people are going to beat the game, right? But you got any thoughts on this? You know what I'm saying?
It shows the quality of a game. Like, its high rate of completion shows just what people think about the game. And I'm super happy with Sucker Punch. Like, I am very, like, I want to say I'm proud of them in like the least weird way possible. Like, it's a sight to behold, the game that they made. The quality, just, it is one of the only games I've played in recent memory where something didn't fuck up. Like, I'm talking about just pure Q&A at the moment. Like, or QA. Like, I didn't have any game-breaking bugs. I didn't have anything weird happen. I didn't have any experiences, because I run into glitches a lot. I play games in a weird way. I like to experiment with what I'm able to do. And there was nothing there that really, like, unimmersed me, or something that broke the game, or something that, like, that you would normally find, like falling through the world or whatever. It's a quality product from start to finish. Like, graphically, story-wise, like, narratively. Its optimization is super impressive. Like, I will go on and on. Ghost of Tsushima, like, the fact that they had to slow down the load time so you'd be able to read, super impressive. Especially on I played it on a base PS4.
Yeah.
And the fact that they were able to have a game like that load that quickly is insane. It is absolutely insane, and I'm super happy with what they were able to create with Ghosts. And I can't wait for a sequel. Like,
yeah, I'm right with you, man. Like, I can't wait to see them, you know, unveil Ghost 2 again. Well, not again, but like when they do, right? And like, I think above all else, like, what this is showing in terms of at least like looking at PlayStation from a fan base, right? Like, what I gather from this is that I bet if you look at that top 10 list, right? Or you know what? Not even that. I bet if you look at PlayStation IP over the course of the PS4 generation, right? I bet the completion rate has increased from the beginning to the end, right? Which would tell me, if that is the case, if that is true, that the people are taking time with PlayStation games, and they're knowing and going into it and experiencing a high quality game that they want to see through up until the end of the game, right? Which I think is a very healthy place to be in. You know what I'm saying? Like, if you have more people beating your game, I think that is a very, very healthy sign of the overall quality of PlayStation games moving forward, and that people are noticing that. Like people know and realize that Spider-Man is a great game, and they stuck through it to the end. Ghost of Tsushima, same case, stuck through it to the end. And it's more impressive, like I said before, on Ghost, because it's a brand new IP. People know Spider-Man, right? People didn't know Jin Sakai before Ghost, right? So I think it's a super, super great stat. And I hope that they understand this. I hope they see this. I hope they, know. And I do believe that they know that as long as they let these studios take their time, as they've been doing for the PS4 generation, and just put out a quality game. Put out a quality game. The people are going to play it, and the people are going to beat it, and the people are going to love it, and the people are going to talk about it. So I hope that just continues throughout the generation. You know what I'm saying? So yeah. Shout out to that.
Shout out to that. Like Gotham Knights got delayed. Like games have been getting delayed a lot. Yeah. And shout out to Cyberpunk for being the crown example of getting your game out when it's not ready.
Look, man, I am all for delays. I'm gonna keep it honest, bro. Listen, heaven forbid, okay, if a week comes around on Save Slot where Horizon Forbidden West gets delayed out of this year, I'm gonna be just a little bit toxic about it, but just know I understand. But I'm gonna be a little bit toxic about it. Okay. I don't actually mean it. You know what I'm
saying? When Gotham Knights got delayed, I love Batman.
Yes.
One of my favorite superheroes. Top 3 for sure. I could not give less of a shit.
Yeah, I didn't really feel anything about that one too. Like, it was like, okay, cool. Like, I'm not super looking out for it. Of course, I'm going to play it when it comes out, of course. But I'm not looking out too hard for that game. Yeah. I'm in a similar boat with you. Yeah, similar boat.
There are a few games where a delay would really hurt me. Like, when Doom Eternal got delayed, I was a little hurt. But when, like, if they, I don't know, if something happens to the Final Fantasy Intergrade and that gets delayed, I'd be a little hurt.
Nah, that one, I'm gonna be for real toxic. Oh my fuck, I'm gonna throw something. I swear, bro.
I'm excited to play through all these Final Fantasy games and get back to you on my thoughts. And like, cause there's some people that like swear by some of these games, like we do to 7.
What I've been hearing is Final Fantasy 6. Apparently, people really want to remake a Final Fantasy 6, and that would work really well. Allegedly, apparently.
So on my Steam list, it is Final Fantasy 13 or 3 through 13, like the one, or well, 3 through 15. But they're all in numerical order except for 10. Because for some reason it's 9, 13, or 9, 12, 13, 10, and I can't change it, and that makes me upset.
That is very upsetting. You know what's not upsetting, Arachnite?
What?
Sony investing in Jade Raymond. This is, of course, coming us once again from Push Square. Sammy Barker as the lead writer on this article. PlayStation did announce that they have given Jade Raymond a studio, and she will be making a new IP for Sony. The studio is called Haven. I'm gonna read Jade Raymond's words in quotes. Here we go, right here. Quote, "We want to create worlds where players can escape, have fun, express themselves, and find community. We want to pour our passion into a project. We want to make something wondrous for people to experience, because we believe in the power of games to bring joy to people's lives, and Sony does too. Their commitment to excellence is unmatched, is why I couldn't be happier for their backing and support. Together, we want to create games that are haven for players, and why we want to build a studio that is a haven for developers. So while we don't have many details to announce today, I want the PlayStation community to know that Haven is already hard at work on an unannounced IP. We can't wait to show you more." So hence, why they named the studio Haven. Haven will be the studio that will be helmed by Jade Raymond. Jade Raymond, of course, is made famous for starting franchises like Assassin's Creed and Watch Dogs in Ubisoft. She is coming off of the heels of leaving Stadia about 2 to 3 months ago, I think it happened. So this definitely happened pretty quickly. But you got any thoughts about this Arachnite? You excited about new studio, new IP? It's not owned by PlayStation, right? The studio is not a first-party studio, right? It's more of like a second-party deal that reminds everyone a lot about Kojima Productions and Death Stranding, right? How Sony backed and helped you know, him get a studio and all that. So that's what it kind of sounds like to me. But what are your thoughts?
I'm always excited about new projects coming out, like new ideas, like unrestricted. Like people could just be weird about what they want to make, and sometimes it lands, sometimes it doesn't, and sometimes it lands for people, and like, you know, for like Death Stranding. You swear by that game. Like when I told you, it's like, yeah, that game like is kind of mid. There was tension in the air at work when I said that. I remember saying it, and then looking immediately to you, and you looked at me like a disapproving mom, like you did something wrong. Also,
man,
these birds be wilding outside my window.
Yeah, bro, your birds they have hella thoughts about Jade Raymond and shit, bro.
Yeah, like, you mind? It's like the morning.
It is their domain, I suppose, right? Like,
it's my world.
Skies.
They're living in it. Hold on.
Damn.
I'll be right back.
Damn. Yeah,
I'm about to talk my talk.
I'll kind of fill some air. Yeah, like, I mean, I think this is a great move for all parties involved, because Jade Raymond is able to make what she wants to. She's able to hopefully put out a game finally. It's been a long time since she's put out a game, and also PlayStation has a brand new exclusive IP that they did not have to acquire a whole studio for, right? This is not like a long time commitment, right? But this could lead to an acquisition down the line. But you know, it's kind of like, hey, we'll scratch your back, you scratch our back, all that great stuff, and it seems like a good deal all around, right? Like, it reminds me of not only Kojima with Death Stranding, but also Quantic Dream, how they signed a 3-game deal with PlayStation, right, to put out what was it, Beyond Two Souls, Heavy Rain, and Detroit Become Human, you know, so pretty cool.
Two of those games were pretty good.
Yeah, I hear Beyond Two Souls isn't that hot.
Honestly, I've played Beyond Two Souls twice in my life. I played it when it first released back in like 2013, and I played it when I got it for free with Detroit Become Human.
Yeah, I have it. Excuse
Skip
me.
it.
I have it. Never played it.
Skip it.
I would rather play Heavy Rain though. I hear Heavy Rain's phenomenal.
I love Heavy Rain.
Yeah, the only one I played is Detroit, and I love Detroit. I thought Detroit was super good.
Yeah. Honestly, I like Detroit a lot. Heavy Rain is my favorite Quantic Dream game by a leap and a bound. It is like, Detroit was good. I've played through it twice. I really enjoyed my time with it both times. Heavy Rain is the best Quantic Dream game by a mile. Like, I will stand by that game any day of the week. I loved it. I was obsessed with it when I was younger. Almost, it was a little weird. I was 12 when I played Heavy Rain. And I remember talking to my parents about it, because they're like, oh, what game are you playing? Because they were, you know, like parents and feigning interest. And I told them about it, and they're like, aren't you a little young to be playing that? Like, and I was like, no. I was like, I really, really liked it. I played the game multiple times to get all the endings, and I enjoyed my time with it thoroughly. I just rebought it on the on Steam 6 months ago and played it through again. And I've seen everything that game has to offer, and I would still play it again. Like, it is a phenomenal game. There are some Quantic Dream misses, like Beyond Two Souls and Indigo Prophecy. Do yourself a favor. Don't look into Indigo Prophecy.
I hear you.
It's a mess.
I hear you. Mainly, I just want to play just Heavy Rain. You know, that's probably it. Yeah, but Yeah, I'm really excited to see what comes from this studio with Jade Raymond. You know what I'm saying? Like, very interested in that. I wonder what it's actually going to be, you know? Is it going to be open world like her pedigree has to tell, you know? We'll see, man. We'll see, but I'm very curious to see what comes with that. But it won't be for like a few years at least. Like, probably like 3 or 4 years, you know, at the quickest. So, shout out to that. Next up here, got a little bit to go over for you guys that I'm sure everyone here will be interested in. Play at Home has leveled the fuck up. Okay, so I thought it was just gonna be just one game a month for the next 4 months, but this month we are getting 10 free games for Play at Home between March and April. Okay, so I'm gonna run down the list real quick, and these are playable on PS4 and PS5, although there are some PSVR games as well. So the PS4 PS5 games are Abzu, Enter the Gungeon, Res Infinite, Subnautica, and The Witness. And PSVR games, which either are only PSVR or PSVR games that are like a separate mode where you can play the game regular or in VR. You have Astrobot Rescue Mission, Moss, Thumper, and Paper Beast. So all of these will be available starting March 25th next week. So pretty cool to see that right there. And the last game starting on April 19th. So next month will be Horizon Zero Dawn Complete Edition, which also comes with the Frozen Wilds expansion. So all of that will be for free via Play at Home. That's cool as fuck.
That is cool.
Do you recognize any of these games besides Horizon?
I do recognize Gungeon. Like,
isn't that like the shooter one?
It's like Hades. It's
okay.
a roguelike. Like, if you like Hades, you'd like Gungeon.
I see. Yeah, I see.
And
I've heard. Sorry.
Oh no, you go.
I was gonna say like I've heard good stuff about Subnautica. Definitely want to check that out. Witness 2, Abzu as well. I would love to play Astrobot, but I don't have a PSVR. But this whole story does lead into our next story as well in a way as well. But I want to play Thumper because that game has a fat beat, you know, and it looks cool as fuck. Very, very, very colorful. But definitely, everyone play Horizon Zero Dawn, right? Like that's a given, you know. Yeah. And the last thing I'll say, Arachnite, if I may, about this list, right, is that it's great and all, right, that we're going to get Horizon Zero Dawn April 19th. That's great, okay? It is March 20th as of this recording, okay? So we're just under a month away, all right? Might I request that they detail or announce some type of PlayStation 5 patch before this hits? Do you think it's possible, Arachnite?
No.
Fuck you, man.
My money's on May.
May will get a PS5 patch?
I could feel in May. I could see May.
I just think, like, wouldn't it be cool to be like, hey guys, and if you're on PS5, by the way, you know, Horizon Zero Dawn launching next week.
Well, I mean, like, if you want to wait like a few weeks, just here you go. But if you just want to play it, here you go.
I just want 60 frames on Horizon Zero Dawn, dude.
60 frames only? Kind of gross.
This guy.
Dude, I'm telling you, I'm gonna rub it in every time.
This freaking guy. This guy over here. Yes, sir. I want 60 frames minimum. Okay, I want 60 frames for Horizon Zero Dawn. No fucking PS5, please, please.
60 frames is kind of the bare minimum.
Hey, you know what? I'm easy to please. You know what I'm saying? It's all right. You know, that's good enough for me. But yeah, guys, definitely be on the lookout for that. Definitely at least add these to your library. You only gotta download them, you know. But just on a rainy day, you might want to check out one of these games, and you'll be happy that you did check it out. So definitely cool right there. And obviously, you can see here that, you know, putting Ratchet and Clank and then Horizon, that they are definitely trying to promote their future sequels. So I bet God of War will be one of them as well. You know what I'm saying? Even though that is already on the PlayStation Plus. You know what? Actually, I don't think it would be, because it's on PlayStation Plus collection. we'll see. We'll see. But there definitely was a pattern there of like I betted like a few weeks back when Ratchet was added that they'll probably do Horizon. So we'll see. We'll see what comes next. But very cool offering right there as well. Also, stay at home. Wear your mask. Why even go outside? You know.
Honestly,
that's all I gotta say.
Why would you? Like,
I agree.
You got the ridiculously overpriced options of DoorDash. Why did I pay $15 for a milkshake? Why?
I prefer Uber Eats. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, Uber. I've heard some good things about Uber Eats. I might make the jump, but like
I would recommend it. Yeah. I would recommend. Like I was on Postmates. I found Postmates to be egregiously overpriced.
I thought you were gonna say ugly. I was like, damn.
No, yeah, it's definitely not ugly, but I just find Uber Eats to be a little bit more cost effective. You know, I find their pricing fair, right? Overall, so
yeah,
big fan of Uber Eats.
Big fan.
Next up here, this would have been the main topic of the show, but we got other things to talk about as well. PlayStation did announce their next generation PSVR motion controls, and there's some pretty cool stuff that we learned here from this. And let's just read it here from the PS blog. This was, of course, on Push Square as well. Sammy Barker doing his thing, but the info mainly came from PlayStation blog. It says here, quote, the VR controller is tracked by the new VR headset through a tracking ring across the bottom of the controller. The PS blog says the new PSVR controllers will also integrate, haptic feedback, adaptive triggers, finger detection as well, which is a brand new thing to the controllers as well. And yeah, they mainly said that they did this announcement in a very similar fashion as why they revealed the DualSense last year, was because they have dev kits going out to developers, so this was going to leak anyway, so why not just get ahead of it. And we did get some pictures of the new next generation PSVR controllers as well. So I do have a full video plan later on in the week detailing like my full thoughts about this controller and everything, but ultimately I think this is a very, very good sign, right? I think this is a very, very cool thing to bring up first. It definitely has me intrigued about PSVR 2. Like, there's a pretty high chance that I get PSVR 2, but did this do anything for you, Arachnite? What are you feeling? What are your thoughts?
No.
Damn. Hard no.
Yeah, no, it's if you offered me a PSVR, like you held it in your hands, and you said you would have to pay $25 for this, I still wouldn't take it.
Oh, come on, man. You don't like how it looks, bro? Like, you see the matte finish on that thing, bro? You see
It looks good. Like, that's not a, like... It's just the fundamental aspect about VR. I don't care. I don't like it. Physically, I am not built for VR. I'm a large man. I am 6'2", and I live in a small room. So, I'm 6'2". I've got the wingspan. I don't know. It's just it doesn't work because I bashed a VR controller on my monitor when I was playing Robo Recall. I broke a VR controller just by dropping it. And those things cost $70 to replace for one.
Yeah.
And
yeah.
I just, and not even talking about how nauseous it makes me, because like doing anything in VR makes me want to collapse. So like I really hope we don't see a shift into VR. I really hope, because not only for me, because I'm a baby, but it's just for accessibility. Like, you don't have the same range of accessibility for your games if you restrict them to VR only. If there's a VR option, however, that's a different story. But like games like Half-Life Alyx, I really wish they weren't in VR. Like, I understand the range that VR offers. However, it's not something comfortable for everybody. But that's neither here nor there. Just staying on topic. I do. Wait, next gen motion controllers tracked by headset. Isn't that the bare minimum?
No, so that was a big change, right? So the PSVR, as far as I am aware of, right? I don't own one, but I have like played with one at a friend's house a few years back, right? And it's tracked by the PlayStation camera.
That's awful.
Right? So what that was the first gen. So like this generation of hardware is going to be tracked by the VR headset itself. So there's no need for a camera to be required. So I think that is going to be able to have you be able to like have more room, right? Like you maybe don't have to be so self-enclosed in a particular field of view of the camera, right? So maybe that could be what that means. Maybe it could mean like better connectivity, better tracking overall, I'm assuming as well. So it's gonna be very interesting to see how this hardware tracks, right? But yeah, I mean, they're making, at least from my point of view, a lot of good moves with this new PSVR, announcing that it's one cable to the PS5. That's it. Getting rid of those move wands, which those move wands are old fucking tech. So I was shocked that they use them for the first gen anyway. So I'm intrigued, man. I'm intrigued. It looks cool. I definitely hear you on like, you know, not wanting some games to be on PSVR. Like so far I haven't experienced that, where like there was a game like I really wanted to play like on like a regular type of monitor as opposed to VR. But I just hope that, you know, that you know, they continue to make experiences that are finally that are crafted for VR, right? And I think it's cool, you know.
Yeah, I
think it's cool.
It's just not for me. Like
I hear you. Yeah.
I wish them all the best. Everybody that loves VR, like have fun. I don't have the passion for it to dedicate an entire room in my house for it like some people do.
Yeah, what I think I would end up doing is buy a whole wire set for my PS5 out in the living room. And whenever I want to play VR, I do it out there with more space. And all I gotta do is just move my PS5 and not the wires. You know, I have like a copy of the wires over on that setup. Plug everything in and then just get going. You know, I think that's how I would do it. You know, now if I could, Arachne, believe me, if I could, I would almost rather buy another PS5 and keep it.
Dude, I can't even get one.
Dude, listen, I was having a conversation. You know what? This is kind of off topic, but like I was having a conversation with my friend. I'm like, listen, I value and I will gladly pay for convenience. 100%. Like they're like, oh, Kevin, you're grown. Why don't you change your own fucking oil in your car? I'm like, I don't want to do it. I don't want to fucking do it. I don't want to change my fucking car oil by myself. So yes, I would gladly go to a fucking Jiffy Lube and pay someone to do it for me. Like that's the point. It's convenience. You know what I'm saying? Oh, Kev, this restaurant is like 2 miles away. Why don't you just drive over there and get the food yourself and not pay delivery fees? No, I'm paying for convenience. I enjoy convenience. That's it.
My goal in life is to make enough money where I don't really care about paying for convenience.
Yeah. I mean, like, I will straight up wait to do something if I can do it more conveniently with more money.
I like to figure things out. If there are some things that I just can't figure out, like then paying for convenience is always an option. Like I'm not too prideful to avoid that. But I like to figure things out. So if I have to figure out like some kind of weird way to get something to work, I'll typically do it. Like I'll sit there and I'll brainstorm until I figure out a plan, because I don't know, it's fun and I like doing it. It's fun for me.
Yeah.
But I wouldn't buy a whole console for convenience.
Yeah, like I understand like that might be like I would I think my first and pretty, like, my acceptable level of convenience would stop at just buying another power cord for the PS5 and just having another HDMI just chill there on the TV outside, right? Like, that'd be probably where I stop at, and just keep the VR unit out there and just move the box when I want to play VR, right? But I wouldn't put it past myself. If I could get a PS5 easily, I might just buy another one and keep it out there. Probably not, to be honest. Probably not.
I can't even get one. If you tell me one day, it's like, hey, I have 2 PS5s and I don't even have one.
Dude, if I got a second PS5, that is going to you. Like, can you imagine if I come next week like, hey, I got another PS5 for me to put outside the living room?
I would leave. Christ. You would do the show solo that week.
Oh man. Shout out to PSVR. We will definitely keep that up to date on future Save Slot episodes. But the last thing we got to cover here, I wanted to just breeze through the Square Enix Presents conference that happened last week. A lot of PS5 news, a lot of PS5 games coming out there. But I did want to just, we don't have to cover everything in great detail, but just the big heavy hitters, right? So this is a IGN recap article here. First one I think that maybe we'll spend probably the most time with is, did you see Project Athia's re-release of the name and everything, and we got a little gameplay from it?
I did see that.
Yeah, so I did not know. Okay, so let's cover the news first. First up, it is now called Forspoken. That is the official name of this game. Honestly, I'm not in love with the name of the game, to be honest. I don't like that name that much. But yeah, Forspoken is the name of the game. Did not realize that it was being developed by Luminous Productions, who did Final Fantasy 15. So it's like, okay, I like that. I'm liking 15. Right, so I should, on paper, be somewhat interested in this game for sure. And we did get a unveiling of the main character. She's a female. She got a little bit of melanin, so we love to see melanin queens on these games. Set to release in 2022. The character's name is Frey Hollins, and she's, quote, an ordinary woman thrust into a beautiful yet cruel world. And like, there's a quote in this trailer of like where she's like, "Is that a motherfucking dragon?" Like, she literally says that, So pretty neat. I'm now a lot more intrigued at this game. But got any thoughts?
I'm curious.
It's coming to PC too, my boy. It's coming to PS5 and PC. You know what I'm saying? So
like, every game should.
You can get all the frames you want.
PC should be a universal medium that every game comes out on. Because
okay.
Give me what I want. Give me what I want.
Wait. Yeah, I mean, definitely that would intrigue me a lot. Definitely looking forward to that. I know Right Knight's excited about this Black Panther expansion for Marvel Avengers. You know what I'm saying? I'm sure he's going to be all up in that.
You'd have to pay me $60 to play Avengers.
War for Wakanda? You ain't trying to battle in well, no. Dude, the voice of Black Panther is Christopher Judge, Kratos.
Ooh. Very cool. Okay. Still no.
I forget.
Spider-Man got me to Avengers. If Spider-Man didn't get me to Avengers, nothing's getting me to Avengers.
Oh yeah, I forgot about that. I'm interested to see how Spider-Man plays in Avengers. I know it's not gonna be anywhere near as good as Insomniac, but I'm still interested though.
It'll probably just play like something like Ultimate Alliance.
Yeah. We'll see. But I forget if you're a Life is Strange fan. I'm a huge Life is Strange fan. So Life is Strange True Colors did get announced, coming out September 10th. Follows the story of Alex Chen, a brand new story in a brand new environment where she has the psychic empathy powers, which I think is very interesting because I would like to consider myself pretty empathetic, honestly. Like, if my friend's having a bad day, honestly, I'm having a fucking bad day. You know what I'm saying? Like, I that tends to happen to me a lot, I'm not trying to, like, boost myself up or like anything like that. Like, I'm just being honest with you guys. So I find this power to be very interesting in Life is Strange. I fucking love Life is Strange, so I'm very excited for this. They did announce the big thing that there will still be chapter breaks in this game, but the whole game will be out on September 10th, right? So they're not gonna, you know, wait a few months and then drop episode 2, episode 3, whatever. Like, it's all gonna be, all the episodes are gonna launch on the same day. So, yeah, very cool thing.
Yeah, I'm excited. I haven't played Life is Strange 2. I know I should. I know you're gonna say, why haven't you played it? I know. I'm gonna stop you right there.
I was like, I wasn't gonna slam you that bad. I was like, okay, like, I think you should. That's it. Go ahead.
No, you know. Hold on.
See if I buy it on Steam. Holy shit.
Where is it?
While you do that, they also announced Life is Strange Remastered Collection will be coming as well. It'll feature Life is Strange and Life is Strange Before the Storm in the remastered fashion, which is also releasing in September this year as well.
I love Life is Strange 1. Like, I know I need to play 2 before I can say it's my favorite, but there's just something about Max Caulfield that I really liked. Maybe it's because she's exactly my type.
Okay. I feel you.
I don't know. Like, I played Life is Strange when I was like, what, 15? And I was like, I had a huge crush on Max the entire time. So she didn't romance anybody.
Oh, damn. You was like, nah, you're not getting with nobody but me.
Yeah, no, I don't know. I really like the story, and then I don't know why I never got around to it. No, I know exactly what happened. I didn't like the waiting for episodes.
Yeah, Life is Strange 2 suffered a lot for that, dude. It took Life is Strange 2 like a year and 3 months to put out the entire game. It's like, come on.
Yeah, Life is Strange 2 episode 1 came out on September 26th, of 2018. Episode 5 came out on December 3rd, 2019.
Yeah, like, it was incredibly long for those waits, and like, I think it definitely suffered in a lot of ways for that, for sure. You know, absolutely. Which I think this game will not have that problem anymore. So, very excited for that.
Yeah, the episode system, like Telltale did it, and it worked out somewhat well, because Telltale games, like, in their heyday when Walking Dead Season 1 came out, it came out like once every 3 months.
Yeah.
Which was a decent amount of time. Like, but I'd rather wait an extra year and just get them all at once.
Yeah, and it's a better way to play it. It's a way better way to play those games. Way better.
It reduces the I also just bought Life is Strange 2.
Fuck yeah.
So I'll be playing that as soon as I'm done with Persona 4, and then I'm going to just go straight into all those Final Fantasy games. But the episodic system, I feel like, had its course. It wasn't something that like I enjoyed particularly, but it had its run. It worked out somewhat well. Like, Wolf Among Us was brutal.
Mm-hmm.
Like, that game took forever to come out with episodes, and it was awful. Like, because they'd end an episode with a cliffhanger, and I'd have to wait 6 months to get a new one. And by that point, I forgot about Wolf Among Us, so I'd have to watch a recap.
Yeah.
And that's not an enjoyable way to play games. Like, I shouldn't have to watch a recap for the same game. And
I agree.
So I'm glad they changed it. I'm excited for I'm gonna call it season 3 of Life is Strange. I don't know, like Life is Strange 3.
Yeah. I wonder if we get a Life is Strange 3, or they're just gonna keep doing, like, you know, True Colors, etc. You know what I'm saying? Because, like, the only one we have is Before the Storm. So I'm wondering, like, is that the size you're going for True Colors, and like Life is Strange 3 will be a bigger experience? I'm intrigued, but very, very excited for this. Can't wait for it. Avengers put out a roadmap that was cool, whatever, you know, whatever that. Outriders got a new look at the game, cool, it's coming out here pretty soon. Tomb Raider, nothing crazy, except we now have confirmed that Definitive Survivor trilogy is real. It bundles Tomb Raider, Rise of the Tomb Raider, and Shadow of the Tomb Raider, all 3 games into one package, so that's pretty cool right there. Yeah, some mobile games got announced. That was pretty much the bulk of the Square thing. You know what I'm saying? There wasn't anything too wild besides what we already touched on. So, yeah, very excited.
Very excited.
Next time I hear Square, I want to see Remake Part 2. That's all I'm saying.
Don't talk to me until it's ready.
Yep, I agree.
I don't care.
But on to the main topic here at hand here. We have a little conversation about why did PlayStation buy Evo, right? This was interesting. This happened, I think, on Friday, or Thursday. And for those unaware, Evo is a massive fighting game tournament that's been happening for multiple years at this point. Very, very long history of you know, games being there, right? From the likes of Smash, I believe, right? Mortal Kombat, Soul Calibur, etc. Right? So it's definitely big in the fighting game scene. I'm not even going to front and act like I'm a big fighting game fan. I'm really not. And I know both me and you have like little. We have a decent amount of knowledge on Evo. We're aware of it, right?
Yeah.
But I know PlayStation, so I can definitely talk about why they would buy this.
And
but
I know fighting games.
Yeah, I guess I'll hear from you. Like, first off, like, what are your thoughts behind this acquisition, and like, why do you think they would do it?
It's an engagement thing. Like,
okay.
Sony has been putting in work to become the face of just video games. Like, when you hear video game, you think of Sony first. And honestly, they've been doing a pretty good job about it.
Mm-hmm.
Like, with their main star cast and lineup of genre-defining games from Naughty Dog and from their other first-party studios like Insomniac and Sucker Punch. Like, the games that they publish and have their name and seal of approval carry weight. So when you shift that impact, that significance in the gaming industry to I would say the front running like lead of the fighting game community, like the culmination, the E3 of fighting games. Well, E3 in its heyday of fighting games, where you get to go and see the best of the best play some of your favorite games in front of a huge crowd. And when you attach that to Sony, people, when they think Evo, they think Sony. And I think it's a good move. Like, despite the scandals that happened last year, like, Evo means a lot to a lot of people. I love watching Evo. I love fighting games. I think they're a lot of fun. Fighting games are the only games that I, for some reason, get really toxic about. Like, I'm super competitive when it comes to fighting games alone. Like, obviously that's an issue, but I've gotten a lot better throughout the years. But fighting games are always something fun to watch. They bring people together in a way not a lot of games can. Because, at least in my experience, the games that I get hyped watching the most, you put me in like a League of Legends like tournament, I sleep. I'm bored. I don't care. For even first person shooters, and those are my bread and butter, like, I'm not gonna get excited watching Call of Duty. Like, there's only so much that can happen in a Call of Duty match. But a fighting game is a fundamental understanding of how the game works, from combos to frame data. And it shows a lot more tech that a lot of people appreciate. And it's built up a reputation throughout the years with some missteps here and there because of a few people. And, you know, that being as it is, it has become the face of fighting games, like for tournaments. So when you have all of these esports teams with fighting games, and you have individuals, like promising individuals, and you become the face behind it, like you use, like I said, wrapping it all up, is when you think Evo, you think Sony. When you think fighting game tournaments, you think Sony now, because Sony owns Evo. So it really it puts Sony in a position to be more, what's the word I'm looking for? Like it allows you to have an increased engagement with them as a game, as a leader in the game industry. Like, not only do they make games, but they facilitate the playing of games, and they become more for the players.
Right.
So I don't think Evo would change fundamentally. You'll see a few Sony logos here and there, but I think they bought it just to become more involved, which is a worthwhile investment. But
yeah, like, I find this really interesting for like a multitude of reasons. Like, I think there's a little bit of precedent for this, but honestly not really. Like, I mean, the last fighting game that PlayStation made, right? You know what? Honestly, I may be talking out of turn here. Wasn't it PlayStation All-Stars Battle Royale was the last fighting game that PlayStation like developed? Right? Because here, I had I asked Twitter, right? And I had a dude write in at Hawking MNPC, okay? He says, I asked, why do you think they bought him? He had 3 bullet points. 1, strengthens relationship with Capcom and WB. Guilty Gear Strive comes out next month, and Street Fighter 6, MK12, and Justice 3 all probably in development, so it will be easier to sign a deal for marketing rights. Like, all those sound interesting. Is there a specific reason why he cited Guilty Gear Strive? Like, I am unaware of that game. Do you know anything about that game overall?
I do.
If not, then we can just... Okay. Like, is there a tie between them and Sony that I'm just unaware of?
Well,
you know?
the developer is pretty popular. It's the same developer that made Dragon Ball Fighters.
Okay.
And
okay.
It's probably just... the reason for it in the article is probably just for context on the popularity of fighting games. Like, new ones are constantly being developed and updated, and so on and so forth.
Yeah.
But I do think that, like, Sony would benefit from buying a fighting game studio. Like, and Arc System, getting Arc System games exclusively on Sony consoles, and then having Sony exclusive games at Evo, at least somewhat, would definitely help them.
Yeah, like, I definitely get the hold of, like, hey, you know, we can, you know, and now anyone that wants to participate in the biggest fighting game tournament in the world, right? We have a little bit of access where we could perhaps ask for marketing deals and make deals that way with this leverage of owning Evo, right? So I definitely get it from that standpoint. Like, that makes a lot of sense. That's honestly some big brain energy that I can see happening for real, right? Like, that makes a ton of sense. The other thing too is that I don't know if you've been super observant of this thing about PlayStation, right? Is that over the past few months, there's been a lot of like tournaments that they have been streaming on Twitch, and by them I mean PlayStation, like I mean themselves, like the official PlayStation Twitch channel and YouTube channel, like they've been streaming a lot of tournaments from like different fighting games over the past few months, you know. And they've been like running their own tournaments thing. Like, you know how there's like that tournament system on PlayStation 4, and I think it's on PS5 as well right now. Like they've been hosting tournaments there as well, right? So like they have been doing this for a little while, you know. I haven't paid it too much mind because I'm just not that in the fighting games overall, right? Like I do watch the occasional like Overwatch League match, or I actually am a fan of watching COD competitively. You know, that's just biased because like I just generally just like COD, you know. So I definitely watch those two whenever they're on, but like that's the bulk of it. I don't think I've ever seen like a full Evo match. I've seen like Evo compilations, but like that's it. You know what I'm saying? So I think it's probably like having to do with a little bit of that. Like there seems to be some, you know, some sort of stock and attention being put into tournaments of fighting games, with them, you know, streaming it on their social channels and running tournaments themselves in the PlayStation ecosystem as a whole. So I find that pretty interesting as well. You know, that like there's definitely there definitely seems to be some sort of precedent there. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. That I find interesting. I also wonder how they're gonna handle Smash. Right? Do you think they would keep Smash in Evo now that Sony owns it?
Yeah, Smash is a huge part of Evo. It wouldn't be great of them to get rid of it. Like Street Fighter and Smash and Mortal Kombat are all huge parts of Evo, and it would definitely lose viewership if you just said, fuck them.
Yeah, I also think like that'd be a super bad move. Like Smash, you know, whether you want to call it like a hardcore fighting game or, you know, or like the like lowest, because I know like how I phrase this, like I've heard people say that like Smash is like not as a serious fighting game as like Tekken or Mortal Kombat, you know, or Soul Calibur, right? In terms of just like overall like technique and like what's what I'm looking for? Just the type of games they are, right?
Yeah.
Is that true, or am I just capping?
No, people have definitely said that. Like, I think Smash is a fighting game in its own. Like, just because it's different from traditional fighting games such as Capcom and NetherRealm games doesn't make it any less of a fighting game. I think it has merit as a fighting game. Like, people don't think it's as hardcore. And there are some aspects to where I can understand that, but when people say that, it typically means to diminish the impact that Smash had. It's like, oh, it's not really a fighting game, it shouldn't be here. I think it deserves to be at Evo. I think it is a fighting game of, like, it is a worthy mention.
Yeah.
And not everything needs to be on a 2D aspect like traditional fighting games. Like, I know Smash is 2.5D or whatever, but it definitely deserves to be there. Just because it doesn't have like it has counters. It has all that. Like,
yeah, I mean, like as far as I'm aware, like Smash has a lot of depth that like I don't even know. Right, like there's frame counting in fucking Smash. There's like move lists of like, hey, like this move takes like 3 frames as opposed to this move that takes 4 frames. There's like down B fucking attacks and like, yo, bro, it seems complex to me.
Combos,
you know what I'm saying?
Yeah. I get what you're saying. Like the fundamental difference between Smash and other fighting games that I've played are the use of combos. Because in Smash, there are no set combos. Like, there's no, you know, quarter rotate, A, B, Y, up, whatever.
Right.
Like, in Smash, you have to develop your own combos, and then people adopt them, and you just string together moves independently. You have a base set of skills, and then you need to be creative in how you string them together. Opposed to fighting games where you jump from combo to combo, like preset combos, in order to just stay the way that it is. And that's the fundamental difference that I understand about Smash to other fighting games. And that's okay, because there are some times that I want to do just set combos and kick ass like that, and there's sometimes where I just want to play as Sonic and do my own thing.
Yeah.
And I don't know. I think they're gonna stick with the same roster of games. Sony will probably, now they have an incentive to either acquire a fighting game studio or develop their own.
Yes, this is the next thing I wanted to tell you. Like, do you think this is telling of like the future within first party of like, is there a fighting game being made right now for PlayStation? Which, you know, of course, that knee jerks the most popular thing to say right online in terms of like PlayStation first party fighting games is are they doing a PlayStation All Stars Battle Royale 2? Like, will that be a reality someday? You know, I'm not saying it will for sure. I am saying that, hey, with them buying Evo and this emphasis on the fighting game genre, it wouldn't put it past me to see it in a few years. Like, hey, PlayStation All-Stars Battle Royale 2 is happening. I don't know if they'll keep the Battle Royale name. I bet they'll just do, like, PlayStation All-Stars 2, you know? And just have, like, All-Stars just be the name of the game. But I think that could be super fucking cool, man. You know? It could also be shit. It could also be ass. I'm not saying it's, you know, could also be ass. But I think it could be really cool, man, if they really did it, you know? I think that, you know, with Astro's Playroom, right? I think it really proved to a lot of people, and honestly proved to me too, that while a lot of the references that were made in that game, right, are not exclusive owned Sony IP, right? There's a lot of lineage to the PlayStation platform. Like there's a lot of like historical, like, you know, like there's, I would say, like, there's a lot of heritage in PlayStation at this point now, right? That, like, you know, at least rivals Nintendo's in a way. I'm not saying it's better or anything like that, but like it's, I feel like they're pretty comparable in terms of like iconic IP that Nintendo has, that Sony now has as well, in terms of just like the amount of nostalgic characters that are in the family, right? So I think bringing them all together, put them in a fighting game, I think that could be really, really cool in 2021 or 2022 or 2023, you know? What do you think? Yeah.
I think that they would really benefit from it, especially if they fix the mistakes, because they tried to make it Smash.
Yes.
They wanted Smash but with Sony characters, and I played All Stars. I didn't like it.
Yeah, I have it on my Vita. Yeah.
I played it once. I rented it from like a Blockbuster, and I really didn't like it, because I was like, this is just Diet Smash. It was Diet Smash that you left outside, so all the carbonation was gone and it was warm.
I hear you.
It was warm. I didn't like it. But if you try to make it its own thing, or try to make it, because think about it like I'm not gonna get into Mugens, I forget how they're pronounced, but I'm not gonna get into the realm of that kind of topic, like, but have you seen Dragon Ball Fighters at all?
A little bit. Little bit. Yeah.
Imagine a game like that, like its own cool animated art style, but you get Kratos versus Cole McGrath.
Like, so, like, wait, DBZ Fighters, that's the, is that like the 3D fighting game?
Like, no, it's like it's 3D, but it's on like a 2D plane. It looks like a normal fighting game with the camera where you would expect it to be in a fighting game.
Okay, gotcha.
But it's got Arxis has a beautiful animation quality. Like Guilty Gear Strive, I implore you to look at it. It looks great.
Let me look it up right now. Actually, while you're talking, I'll look up a little bit of Guilty Gear gameplay, because I'm just genuinely curious. You know?
So when you look at that, I want you to think about it. It's like Kratos versus Cole McGrath or other PlayStation frontrunners. Like you get Crash in there, you get Cole, you get Kratos. I don't know. It like you put in you make All Stars, but you try not to make it Smash because it doesn't need to be.
Yeah.
Like you can make an innovative fighting game that plays the way that your character should play without making it Smash. It just takes a little creativity, it takes a little time, but I think it's definitely possible. And if they acquired ArcSys and they were, hey, we would like you to make a PlayStation All-Stars in the style of your previous games, all you need to do is make the characters true to form. You put in Sony characters, you make them true to form based on their gameplay and their respective games. The rest is yours to do whatever you want with.
Yeah. Yeah.
I think they can make something amazing.
Oh, shit. Damn. Okay. You can't open my... Yeah, no, I mean... I wouldn't honestly be really that surprised, and like I'd actually be a little bit more intrigued if it was like a 3D like arena type fighting game, you know. I know like some old DBZ games are kind of like that, right, as far as I'm aware.
Yeah, there were definitely, I know like what you're talking about, like Raging Blast 2. I don't think it would work that well. I think it would be like if you put PlayStation characters in there, like I don't think it would work that well.
Interesting.
Because
okay.
there's no incentive. Like you play as Cole, right?
Yeah.
Why would I ever go near you?
We're gonna have to sit down and talk about like the hypothetical, like how would we want to do PlayStation All-Stars Battle Royale 2? Like let's build the roster, let's decide the game format, because I think that could be a cool combo. You know what I'm saying?
I think it's gotta be like what I showed you with Guilty Gear. I think it's gotta be like that.
Okay. Because now we can bring in Jin Sakai, Aloy, the Bloodborne guy, right? You know what I'm saying? Of course, we have classics like Ratchet and Clank, Nathan Drake, Kratos, of course. You know what I'm saying? I think it'd be really Miles Morales. Now you could bring in Spider-Man, right? Like, dude, like I think that could be really fucking cool, man. Of course, bring in my boy Cole McGrath. Show some respect. You know what I'm saying? Delson Rowe.
I would have a Delson color palette for Cole, but when you think Infamous, nobody thinks Delson.
Yeah, I hope they realize. Yeah, and I'm sure they know that. Hey, Cole is Infamous. It's
if they thought Delson was as significant, if not more than Cole, we would have gotten a sequel by now.
That's very true. That's very true. That's very true. But yeah, I mean, ultimately, it's a move that I'm going to be looking for. I like wonder what they're going to do with it now. As someone who is not into fighting games that deeply, definitely am just intrigued. You know, like, will this get me into more fighting games? We shall see. You know, I think the last thing I'll say is that like I've been kicking around the idea for multiple years now to play through Injustice 1 and 2. You know.
Yeah.
I'm not sure how those rank, like if those are regarded as good games or bad games in the fighting game community. But I kind of want to see what's up with that, you know, because the comic story, as I know, is pretty good.
Yeah, I loved Injustice. I played both of them when they released. It's a good time. I think you'd like it.
All right. Well, yeah, definitely gonna be following this story for sure. Think it's really, really intriguing. And yeah, let us know down below, guys. What are your thoughts? You know, do you like Sony getting a little bit more into fighting games? Right? What are your thoughts? And I think that's episode 9. Arachnite. Where can the people find you?
I am on the PlayStation Discord in the same name. You can find the link in the description. And I am on Twitter at Orly_Macias, where I talk about video games and comic books and share screenshots that I take in games.
Hell yeah. Hell yeah.
I took some great ones in Doom Eternal during the DLC, but the Steam screenshot resolution is awful. So they're all worthless.
Wait, for what game?
The Doom Eternal DLC.
Oh, really?
Yeah, the screenshot quality is pretty bad.
You hate to see it.
Like 720p.
Big yikes. Big yikes.
Unusable.
Completely unusable. I agree. Just like apparently 60 frames is unfucking bearable, right?
No, 60 frames is the bare minimum. 720p is the equivalent of 30 frames.
Yeah, no. I'm not defending 720p under any circumstances. No. But of course, well, hello. Of course, this has been Same Slot Podcast, episode 9. Once again, the weekly news show about any and all things PS5, PlayStation games, and PlayStation itself. Of course, you can catch the show here on youtube.com/PlayStation Source, as well as podcast services like Apple Podcasts, Google Play, Spotify, and anywhere else via our anchor link in the description. Also, make sure to like the video and or rate the podcast, please, to help us be seen by more viewers so we can grow the PSS family. Down below, you can let us know what you like or dislike about the show and connect with us further on Twitter and Discord in the description. Also, if you're feeling generous, feel free to hit that join button to become a member of the channel with the $1 Prince tier and or $5 King tier to also be in that members coveted group of gentlemen and ladies, maybe probably only gentlemen, but it's all good. You can catch a show sorry, not that you can check out stream series throughout the week as well. Next week we will be starting Resistance on Tuesday. It's going down. I'm very excited. So it's going to be Resistance episode 1, Metal Gear Solid 3 episode 2, and then Resistance episode 2 on Thursday. So definitely get hyped for that. And yeah, guys, thank you all for watching, and as always, greatness awaits. See you later, guys.